On the 4 hours time frame on EURJPY, it is obvious that price has been moving in the uptrend for a very long time. And as we can see, we continue to find higher highs as price action move in this regard. So definitely with this kind of setup, we want to be looking for buy opportunity at this point. As we can see, price has moved high from on the 27th of March. It found a higher low, then it moved up a little bit, find a higher high, then it comes down here to find another high low. So expectations are price might continue to the upside in the form of a bullish momentum. So what are we going to do at this point? How do we take advantage of this bullish momentum if it finally happens in the next couple of days or hours? So zooming in closely into what's happening on the 4 hours time frame, the first thing we want to do is to identify a zone that will be our yardstick going forward. And in that regard, I have identified 137 area, which appears to be a level where the um, we've been having a merge between the support and resistance. As you can see, if you look left, you will see that we had multiple rejection of this point until a final breakout happened mid-April of this year. And then we saw that we had a breakdown of that level on the 25th of April as well. Then we saw price move into that area on the 28th of April. And since then, we've been finding this area has been going through a consolidation phase where it reveals that there is an indecision in the market where participants are still very, very skeptical about the potential of the euro against the JPY. However, it is pertinent that we understand that since we've been having multiple rejections of the zone since the beginning of this month, which will be definitely holding this area as one level that will be a demand zone going forward. So in that regard, we would like to draw out a structure that will give that statement more clarity. So we're having a demand zone here with a label right in between, and then we have this area with light green. Then let's make it a little bit lighter so that it won't obscure. Okay, now we have this kind of scenario at this point, and with a bullish trend line, a mini temporary bullish trend line here, I'm of the expectation that this bullish trend line will also guide us going forward, in addition with this key level and this demand zone at this point. So these three parameters here was going to be my yardstick going forward. So I want to be looking for a price action to respect this bullish trend line as it has been doing for some time now. As you can see, it's finding difficult to break that bullish trend line, finding higher highs and lower highs, higher lows rather. And so I'm expecting price to break out of structure in the next couple of hours or days where we'll be using that bullish trend line as our guide going forward. So in this regard, I have placed the pending order right at 137.310 and 137.550, which is a breakout of the previous structure. Now we'll look at to have a look at what my position is going to be like. I'll okay, I have something like this with the potential of having a 150 pips take profit target. And why is my take profit target around that area? I actually projected the impulse leg, the latest impulse leg that we saw at this point, which looks like a retracement of the previous impulse leg. I'm projecting this impulse leg, and to do that, we use our Fibonacci extension tool and locate the 127.2 area as our take profit targets in this point. So with that being said, I have it around this area. So 138.850, I actually chose a psychological area that has a round figure as my take profit target at that point. So with this being said, I don't think there's any other thing I want to say here. Okay, there's one more thing. The other thing here is this: despite the fact that we have in the bullish expectation on this one, there is still a possibility that we might have a breakdown of this trend line and this demand zone, hereby giving us a signal that a downtrend is probably going to happen, where a retest of that key level, which also shares a confluence with the bearish trend line that's identified on the chart with the red dotted line, could be the confirmation for a downtrend continuation. So what this simply means is that we really need to be very conscious at this point, as a breakdown of that structure, breakdown of the demand zone will actually be a signal for a downtrend continuation. So what we still need to do is we just place our stop loss around this area for our buy opportunity. That's around 50 to 55 pips thereabout, if you don't mind, and try as much as possible to do your calculations regarding your lot size to to your account size, so that you can actually um, meet with this demand here. So at this point, I would like to pause the video and let's see how price action reacts as we keep our fingers crossed. I will definitely try as much as possible to do updates at every point in time I see an opportunity, probably to add more positions or to get out of the position if the need arises. So always check in my comment section below for these updates, as I always do from time to time. Thank you for watching and do have a good night rest.